What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Titans issue number 18. This one is written by John Layman. I can't recall who the artwork was done by, but again, it's the continuing adventures of the Titans book. Previously, they had to deal with the Clock King, and there was a reveal that Deathstroke was around, and Nightwing, after the whole Justice League Unlimited thing's like, you know what, I got stuff to do, Bloodhaven. Now that we have Justice League Unlimited, the Titans don't seem as important, so Donna, you go ahead and lead. So, you know what, I'm fine with let Donna lead the team. But there's also that dysfunctionality with her leading it because, you know, you got Roy and that in there. And also Raven has the inability to control her emotions, you know, a plot line that we haven't seen before. I'm saying that sarcastically because the only three plots that we seem to have involving Raven are Trigon, Raven can't control her emotions, or something involving Beast Boy, to where Raven can't do anything on her own, and Beast Boy has to come and tell her how to use her powers, or something Gar, something yada yada yada. It's the only three things that DC knows how to do with her anymore, and it's really kind of annoying. I wasn't too big a fan of this issue. I mean, there were some fun bits the last issue, but I don't know, it's just... Yeah, so she's there, like, all the Titans are kind of dysfunctional and fighting, and Raven's like, stop fighting, and, God, Raven's look, man, we just had that fantastic design with Lucas Meyer just kind of fixing it. Now she's back to looking like this. Come on, DC, do better with Raven. So yeah, now they're in New York City, but now they're underground with the Titans Tower shaped like that, because they had to move out of Bloodhaven for a few reasons. One, like, with all the Titans there, it doesn't really give, like, why is all this crime happening in Bloodhaven? Can't they all just kind of work to kind of figure it out at once? But in a way, I'm kind of glad that the Titans aren't in Bloodhaven, because it leaves Nightwing to kind of do more stuff on his own. And so I'm fine with that, but now they're, like, underground New York and all that, and there's some tension reasons they kind of explain a bit, but yeah, so there's tensions with the team. They have to face off against Mammoth and that, and because they're so dysfunctional and Raven can't control her emotions, I'm scared too. I like all these things. They're talking about how basically after the results of the Dark Winged Queen, Raven hasn't been in full control of her emotions with all her pieces being put back together, which was not indicated at all, mind you, when she did finally fuse again, when Gar had to tell her how her powers work, because Raven has no agency of her own anymore. Gar has to tell her everything, and now she's just unable to control. Like, my goodness, like, what? Like, I would understand there's a little bit of a better reason for it, but now she's just kind of, like, all over the place. Like, Raven's just, she's just kind of, like, weak in my eyes anymore at DC. Like, I feel like there's no, they haven't given her, like, the best treatment as like what was the last really good Raven storyline you read in DC? For me, it was it Daughter of Darkness by like Marv Wolfman and that. Like, can we just go back to that? Can Marv rescue her from this title? Have her leave the book. Just let Marv Wolfman write her off kind of on her own. Maybe with a Justice League Dark or something. That'd be great. I'd really like to see that. So yeah, like I said, there's tension there at the team. Donna and that's like trying to be like all touchy-feely with the villains. We're also kind of being manipulated a little bit by, you know, the Clock King's little mind stuff, and then Deathstroke's off to the side talking about forming the crime syndicate or something like that. And yeah, like the things with Donna as the leader aren't going so well nowadays. So, and there's tensions within the team. Raven can't control her emotions. Roy is just being yelled at. So classic dysfunctional stuff there. It's just some of the story bits with like Raven unable to control her powers after just going through the whole Trigon thing. It's just like unable to keep her emotions in check. I figured after she formed with the Dark Winged Queen, we'd be kind of past this stuff. But nah, let's just kind of go through the same well that we've done with Raven over and over and over and over again. Man, I'm really just kind of nitpicking on Raven. Starfire, and that's fine. Cyborg's fine. Roy, you know, he's Roy being Roy. He even like kind of does some things to kind of like coerce Raven into being a little bit more aggressive on the battlefield, and the team complains about that. But like, it's either that or the alternative. Raven's kind of scared, shy, and timid, and can't like do anything on her own. So he kind of like just like, okay, which puts the team more at risk when you rather have Raven just kind of be more focused to kind of take down the bad guys, but still not going too far, as opposed to just being shy and timid. Because like I said, all the team's tension is causing Raven to go crazy in that. So I mean, yeah, it's just, and her design isn't that great. Like, I loved what she looked like with the Dark Winged Queen, that too. Like, I'm not necessarily that, but like the White Raven look, like she finally got that great design back. It's like, okay, loving what Lucas Meyer's doing, but no, we're we're going to get rid of that and go back to this design. So, yeah, this is John Layman as the writer, and Pete Woods was the artist and colorist. Some of the other characters look fine. There's some decent action bits in there, too, like when they're throwing the bus and all that, too. But some of the designs, like I said, Raven in particular is not the best. We had such a great design, like, right beforehand, which was my favorite aspect of that previous run, was the Lucas Meyer artwork that we got. But now we're just kind of back to this. So, this wasn't really it for me. Mainly because of like some of the reasons. I feel like we're just kind of repeating the same things, and comics definitely do this quite a bit. I just wish there was a more of an interesting twist to it. So you can kind of cover similar ground, but if you can do it in an interesting way. I just felt like, didn't we just kind of go over all this stuff, like with her getting strong and all that? Now her emotions are unable to be in check, but then why were they like in check fully, like for a while at first, and then all of a sudden now we're feeling like the after effects of it? Like, it wouldn't have been more interesting to see it kind of slowly transition to that period of her losing control over time and feeling the effects of it, but now we're just kind of whisked into it, which it doesn't feel really consistent. So that's, like I said, my main issue with this thing. Similar plot beats, Donna is the leader, that stuff is all okay, I suppose, but I just wish Raven was given a little bit more interesting stuff to kind of do. The Titans moving to New York, I'm totally fine with. You can get him out of Bloodhaven at that point, because it allows Nightwing to kind of do more stuff on his own. Because if they were there, like, I feel like they should have been like right on the scene, taking down some of these other, flying around cop bad guys, or you'd think criminals would be a little bit less likely to act when you have an entire super team right there. But hey, I'm just, trying to think of this from like what makes sense from the universe perspective and all that too. So some decent stuff in here, but overall, it's not really like my favorite issue. So nothing like truly awful. I'm just kind of a little tired and checked out of certain plot lines just being done over and over again. So that's my thinking of it. What are your 2 cents on it? Did you like this issue? Because like I said, it's not the worst thing I've read. I'm just a little just like, here we go again. Same things again. Can we do something a little bit different? But yeah, we're kind of back to doing this. So, and I wouldn't mind it if it was like, say this was a new continuity. It's like, okay, it's a new continuity. We're doing this, but I just want more. You know what I mean? I want something a little bit new and interesting, because it feels like we're just repeating the same things over and over and over again with specific characters, Raven. But we're just never making any progress forward. So who knows? If things are lucky, my hope is that at some point when whatever this arc is done, Raven will be like, you know what? I'm done with the Titans. See you later, Gar. Flies away, goes and hangs out with the Justice League Dark. Marv Wolfman goes and writes a solo of her, and we'll be pretty good. So, but yeah, Starfire and that, fine. Donna is the leader. That's cool. Roy having some beef in that. Well, it's Roy. Cyborg, no real gripes with him here. No real gripes with Nightwing or anything like that. So, and Beast Boy didn't really do anything really obnoxious or anything like that in this issue. It was just totally fine. But yeah, I kind of wish we would just kind of relaunch the Titans, or give us a new Teen Titans book, or just put some fresh blood on the title. Like I said, I was excited when we were announced to get a Titans book, but it really hasn't lived up to its full potential in my eyes. So yeah. There's that. But anyways, what did you all think of it? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to your YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications. I got one more comic book review to catch up before I think the new issues drop on Thursday this week, so I should be all caught up. And then I'll have one more video then, and then it'll be Christmas time, and then we'll be off to the races once more. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.